The story that you are going to hear today is a folk tale, like The Wolf and the Seven Little Kids. A folk tale is a story that is passed down orally from person to person. A folk tale is one type of fiction. Fiction is stories that are made up or created from someone's imagination. Yes or no? Folk tales are fiction. Did you say yes? Folk tales are true stories. Did you say no? Folk tales pass down from person to person. Did you say yes? Today's folk tale, there is a donkey, a cat, a dog, and a rooster. Can you make the sound a dog makes? Did you go woof woof? Roar? Sometimes a dog can growl too. How about the sound a cat makes? Meow. How about a donkey? Hee-haw, hee-haw. What about a rooster? Cock-a-doodle-doo. Animal sounds are different from the way people talk. Our story today is called The Bremen Town Musicians. Listen carefully to find out how the differences in the ways animals and people communicate can cause some confusion in the story. Listen carefully to how this folk tale might be different from a version you already know. I am going to need your help during this read aloud. I need you to help me make the sounds that the animals make. So if you hear me say dog, you're going to go ruff, ruff. If I say a cat, I need you to meow. If you're a donkey, I need you to say hee haw. And a rooster, I need you to say cock-a-doodle-doo. I hope that you can help me with our story today. Once upon a time, there was a donkey who for many years had worked on a farm. The donkey had worked on the same farm day in and day out and longed to leave the farm and see the world. The farmer was not happy that the donkey wanted to leave, but when he saw how sad the donkey was, he told him that he must go. The donkey left and took the road to a town called Bremen, where he had heard a street band play sweet music. The word play means to make music. He thought he could be a fine musician too. A musician is someone who plays an instrument or sings. Do you think a donkey can really be part of a band or a group of musicians? Did you say no? Why did you say no? Did you say no because a donkey is an animal? Or donkeys can't talk or sing? Soon he came upon an old dog panting for breath, as if the dog had been running a long way. This means that the dog was having a hard time breathing. "What are you panting for, my friend?" asked the donkey. "Ah," answered the dog, "now that I am old, I have decided to leave my home and see the world. There is so much of the world to see that I've been running in order to get it all in." "Well," said the donkey, "come with me. I am going to be a street musician in Bremen. I can play the flute, and you can play the drum." The dog was quite willing, and so they both walked on. To be willing means that you will do what another person says or go where another person goes. Soon the dog and the donkey saw a cat sitting in the road with a face as long as 3 days of rainy weather. What do you think it means to say that the cat's face was as long as 3 days of rainy weather? Did you say maybe the cat is lonely or sad or unhappy? What shows you that the cat is feeling that way? Did you say the look in his face? His mouth is kind of down. His eyes are kind of squinted and sad looking. Now, what's the matter with you, old kitty? Asked the donkey. You would be sad, said the cat, if you were in my place. For now I am getting old, and I haven't seen any of the world beyond the barn I live in. Alas, I want to go and see the world, but I don't know where to begin. Then come with us to Bremen, said the donkey. I know that you sing well at night, so you can easily be a street musician in the town. Bremen will be a great place to start your adventures. That is just what I should like to do, said the cat. So she joined the donkey and the dog, and they all walked on together. By and by, the three musicians came to a farmyard. On the gate stood a rooster crying, "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" with all his might. "What are you making so much noise for?" asked the donkey. "Ha!" said the rooster. "I am trying to get the other animals' attention. I'm leaving to see the world, and this is how roosters say goodbye." "Come with us, old red comb," said the donkey. Old red comb refers to the rooster because of the red comb on his head. "We are going to Bremen to be street musicians. You have a fine voice, and I will join you," said the rooster, and they all four went on together. They could not reach the town in one day, and as evening came on, they began to look for a place to spend the night. The donkey and the dog lay down under a large tree. The cat climbed up on one of the branches. The rooster flew to the top of the tree where he could look all around. "I see a light from a window," the rooster called to his friends. "That means there's a house nearby," said the donkey. "Let us ask the people for supper." Supper means dinner. "How good a bone would taste," said the dog. "Or a nice piece of fish," said the cat. "Or some corn," said the rooster. So they set out at once and soon reached the house. The donkey was the tallest, looked in the window. "What do you see, old long ears?" asked the rooster. Old long ears refers to the donkey because he has long ears. The donkey answered, "I see a table spread with plenty to eat and drink, and a family is sitting before it having supper. Do people usually share their dinner with animals?" "No." "Come down," said the dog, "and we shall think of a way to impress the family so that they will share their supper with us." The four friends talked over what they could do to show the family that they were not just ordinary barnyard animals. At last, they had an idea. The donkey stood on his hind legs and placed his front feet on the windowsill. The dog stood on the donkey's back. The cat climbed up and stood on the dog's back, and the rooster perched on the cat's head. When you perch on something, you sit or stand on it like a bird. Then the donkey gave a signal, and they all began to make their loudest music. The donkey brayed, the dog barked, the cat meowed, and the rooster crowed. The animals thought for sure that their sweet music would charm the family. Are y'all ready? Pretend now that you're the dog, the cat, the rooster, or the donkey. Are we ready? Hee haw, meow, cock-a-doodle-doo. The family had never before heard such a noise, and they were frightened and had no idea what could be making such a terrible sound. What was the noise really coming from? Did you say the animals? They ran as fast as they could through the woods to the neighbor's house. Our four friends were dismayed that their beautiful song had frightened the family so. Still, they were very hungry from their journey and decided to eat what remained of the family supper. When the four musicians had eaten as much as they could, they were full and ready to sleep. The donkey lay down in the yard. The dog lay behind the door. The cat curled up in front of the fireplace, and the rooster flew up to a high shelf. They were all so tired that they soon fell asleep. Later that night, the uncle decided to go back to check on the house. He found everything quiet and still, so he went inside. He did not see the cat, and he stepped on her tail. The poor kitty was caught by surprise and jumped up, landing on the uncle's face by accident. It gave the uncle such a fright that he ran for the door, which in turn scared the dog who grabbed the uncle's leg as he went by. In the dark yard, the uncle could not see the donkey and ran into him by accident. This scared the donkey, who gave him a great kick with his hind foot. All this woke the rooster, who cried with all his might, "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo!" The uncle ran as fast as his legs could carry him back to his neighbor's house, where his family was waiting for him. Gasping for breath, he said, "I have no what is going on in that house, but I am never going back. First, something tried to cover my eyes." Which animal tried to cover his eyes? Did you say the cat? The cat jumped on the uncle's face by accident. Then something tried to stop me from leaving by grabbing my leg. Which animal did this? Did you say that the dog grabbed the uncle's leg? Then out in the yard, something pushed me from behind. Which animal pushed him from behind? Did you say the donkey? The donkey kicked the man from behind because he was scared. And all the while I heard an awful noise asking, "Who are you? Who are you?" Which animal did this? Did you say the rooster? The rooster cried, "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" The family was filled with fear and ran away as fast as they could. Should the family really be afraid of a donkey, cat, dog, and a rooster? No. Meanwhile, the animals had finally settled down after being woken up from their slumber. They decided that it was all just a bad dream and went back to sleep in the cozy little house. They liked the little house so much that they stayed there waiting for the family to come back. And as far as I know, they are there to this day. What are the animals planning to do? Did you say that the animals are planning to be musicians? and play in a band together? What do the animals see in the house? Did you respond with the animals see a family sitting down to eat dinner in the house? Why did the animals stand on one another and make noise? Was your response the animals want to charm the family into sharing their dinner with them? Why is the family scared? Did you say that the family is scared when the animals make noise because they have no idea what could be making such terrible sound? Or maybe you said the uncle is scared because he can't see and he runs into the animals. Why does the noise scare the family? It scares the family because they have no idea what could be making that terrible sound. Why does the uncle get scared when he returns to the house to see if everything's okay? Did you tell me that it's dark? Maybe you said because the uncle can't see. He runs into the animals and thinks that it's something else. I hope you enjoyed our story of the Bremen town musicians.